we're here today at Simon Street Cemetery, one of the oldest cemeteries in the country. It was the burial ground in Auckland since 1842, and people with ancestors that came over on those first ships could be buried here. But how would you find them? So here we are at the main entrance of the Anglican section. At every entrance there's one of these big maps showing you the whole of the cemetery, some on both sides of the road. These sections over here, nothing much has changed, but along the back here of the Anglican and the Catholic, you'll see that a lot of the graves have been removed. And along here where the path is, a lot of the graves were removed for the southern motorway on-ramp. And so you have to take that into consideration when you look at the 1897 maps. The General and Wesleyan section has pretty much stayed as it was originally. If your family was one of those where the grave was removed for the motorways, then there is a Catholic memorial and an Anglican memorial where the names are recorded of the people that were disinterred. So now we're at the cemetery. Whether you found the information online or whether you went to the Auckland Library Research Centre to get some maps, bring those maps to the cemetery, and then at all the entrances you'll find a map like this, and it will help you locate the existing graves which you can see overlaid on here as to where you might be able to go and find your grave now. So Joanna, here we are at the entrance to Simon Street Anglican section. You can see we're just near the memorial, so this is where it's changed. And if we look at the general map, so this is the 1897 map, we're looking for section C. If you look here, you can see a similar shape here. That's where we need to go to.
Oh, that's great.
So when you're looking to locate a grave in the cemetery, have a look around at the other landmarks. I'd use the paths first, and there's some old grass paths as well as the modern tarmac paths, and also look for quite distinct shapes on the old map and the new map to orientate yourself. So the graves are helpful because sometimes there's a combination put together and you can replicate those and see those in the ground today. So sometimes you might be looking for a combination of three or one that's particularly large, and photos can really help. And so if you've been sent a photo, then that will help you find it as well. Use the trees these days if the photo's got a tree, and other graves that were in the background as well of the photo.
I was doing the family research and I got hold of the map, so I came into Simon Street to have a look. So I started at the far end and then I walked through the cemetery looking for it, and then I found it, which was really, really great. And the way that's helped me look and keep an eye on where it is the two oak trees. So the landmarks were a key thing for finding it again when we came back as a family to show everybody where it was. This is the burial place of Emily and John Chapman, and they came out to New Zealand about 1872, and he's my 4 times great-grandfather. It was an interesting process finding the family plot. Had to cover a few bases just to verify that it was actually here. It felt quite surreal, and it felt sort of connecting the story of our family and how they came out to New Zealand. It was just it was a piece in the puzzle that we're sort of trying to find, and it was just nice to solidify and say, okay, they were here, this is where they are now. And it was really, really nice.
If you've been to the library, you've done your research online, you might not have any physical maps. When you get here, using the Story app, which has got a lot of the information about Simon Street Cemetery, you can find maps and trails and enlarge that as you walk around the cemetery. Superimposed is all of the existing graves on those maps, so that helps you locate them. I'd encourage you to come and have a look at the Simon Street Cemetery. You'd see the biggest changes that we've seen in the last 10 years. A huge amount of clearance work has been done, and this is your best opportunity to come and have a look for your family grave.